Welcome to Tips for Gamers, guys. Today we are going to be breaking down which is better, the trade finder in Madden 23 or the trade block. And this is everything you guys are going to need to know. You guys are going to be, better suited for this, and you're going to be crushing out of the park. We also have another video coming out of how to draft and scout X Factor players, superstars, you name it. You're going to find hidden gems with our scouting and drafting tips. But anyways, let's jump into this and have some fun. If you had to choose between one of these wide receivers being the best at the jump ball, who would you choose? Both these wide receivers, they're in prime. It's out of Calvin Johnson and Randy Moss. Comment down below your answer. So the way you want to think about the trade block is if you have a lower overall player, I'm just not going to put him on the trade block. And the reason for that is because I would do ladder trade technique. Okay, I would trade a lower overall guy for a higher overall guy, take that guy, because you got to think about the biggest thing in the trade game within Madden in the last few years is the trade for, trade away values. Okay, they change drastically. So you could trade for a guy easy, but then when you trade him away, his value is like not 10 times more, but it's a lot more. Okay, so you want to be careful at what guys you are putting in either the trade block or the trade finder. Now, some people are more lazy and they want to, just give me offers and then I'm going to pick through these offers. Okay, but remember, if you're going to be lazy, at least be selective with your laziness. Try to profit more. Okay, so perfect example here. Let's go to the trade block. Now, the trade block is for more of, it's more serious. And this is kind of a flaw within what Madden has. So if I review the offer here, right? So I see Josh Allen, a first-round pick, first overall, that's the projection. And then a third-round pick in 2024. Okay, so Josh Allen, a first-round pick, first overall, and a third-round pick in 2024. Okay, and you're going to see basically the same thing here, but then they're giving you it because the draft pick isn't projected to be as high. Remember, these are only projections. The Jaguars could actually do really good, and then you could be SOL. And then the Eagles could do terrible, and then you're SOL. It's a gamble. But you got to think about, why are they offering you this? Well, the CPU is seeing the value of Tyreek Hill, and they're actually grading it. And it's pretty impressive how they're doing it, okay? Because the Eagles do it you see that they swap. They're not doing two of the same year. Each one of those draft picks, whether it's the Eagles or the Jaguars, it's opposite years. Okay, so that's something you have to take into consideration. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop Tyreek Hill up on the trade finder, as what they're calling it. So we're going to add him up to the trade finder. We'll put him on the trade away. We'll click the trade offers. And then let's go through, and you're going to see, look at all these different ones that you're getting. And I mean, it is just a lot. You may look at some of these and go, wow, that's a really good trade. I'll do that. And it's not always a good trade. It actually isn't. Okay, so this is a perfect example here. So the Jaguars offered Josh Allen, a first-round pick, and they offered a third-round pick of next year, 2024. Well, now, because you did the trade finder, they're offering you a first-round pick and then a sixth-round pick. So they're offering you, you're moving up 3 spots from just doing the trade block over the trade finder. That's a massive profit. A third-round pick compared to a sixth-round pick is a big, big difference in value. Now, the Eagles, they did it too in this when we did it in a different one. They did the exact same thing. They offered us less, but in this one, they're offering completely different players. But that's what you're going to see. You're going to see that they're going to offer you a lesser value if you do it in the trade finder compared to the trade block. All right, so it's not always profitable to do that. So if we go to the Jaguars, are they going to accept this trade? If we offer them, we say, okay, give us that first round pick of this year, and then you're going to give us the third round pick of next year. And you're going to see it goes through super easy, right? Obviously, it's super easy because it's just the bar just all the way through, and that's how it gets accepted. So there's nothing really fancy there. It's just, can you get more from it? All right, so let's try it a different way here. Let's see how truly valuable he is, because although you're getting this from the Jaguars and you're getting that first round pick, well, could you possibly get another first round pick for Tyreek Hill instead? And you could see that you're coming close. Okay, so let's say you're offering the second round pick of next year. How much value are they giving you? Well, they're giving you just a slight bit off. All right, so when you look at that, if you're looking at the trade finder, you're seeing that they're gonna lowball you, okay, compared to what they would actually accept. And if you are doing the trade or the trade block and you're going into the trade block, they're still gonna lowball you by a draft pick, more than likely. Okay, so they were offering us a 3rd round pick, and they're like, come on, take the 3rd round pick. Well, another thing you can do is you can look at that and say, all right, they're offering me a 3rd round pick, so okay, if you like the trade, if you were already going to accept the trade, then just go manually put it through. You know that they're going to accept something close to that, and then you try to lowball them just ever so slightly, and you may walk away with, instead of a 3rd round pick, a 2nd round pick. And that pick, if that pick ends up being what it is, a 33rd overall pick, that's like a late 1st round pick. That's a great pick. That's a stud running back. That's a stud wide receiver, lineman, you name it, that you can get in the draft. So there's ways to look at this and kind of calculate and say, all right, the trade finder is usually going to give you the worst deal. Okay, the trade block is going to give you a better deal, but not the best deal. There's still more on the table that they're willing to give you. So manual trading is still the best at the very end. And you could also use the trade block or even the trade finder to give you a gauge on what a team's willing to accept. And then you could go through and just put them in and then work it that way. So hopefully this helps you guys. If you guys want more tips like this, let us know in the comments below.